and welcome to today's Reiki session. Today I've got a little bit of a different setup, which is an adaptation of one of the crystals I'd like to focus on today. So the crystal that we're actually going to work with is called Ametrine, which is a unique combination of citrine and amethyst. I personally don't happen to have a piece of that yet, but what I've done here in our crystal grid is taken my giant amethyst geode here and placed my citrine on top of it to kind of simulate a similar energy to that. So let me read a little bit about that for you so that you know why we're using it. So Ametrine is a quartz crystal that is a natural combination of amethyst and citrine, resulting in a lovely and unusual bicolored stone. So it's going to be a little bit of kind of a clear yellow and purple combination. It's primarily used to combine the powerful qualities of both the amethyst and the citrine, which promote prosperity, improve self-esteem, facilitate connection with higher consciousness, they enhance spiritual and mental clarity, cleanse the aura, and release negativity. The chakra points that these traditionally associate best with are the third eye, the solar plexus, and the crown. So it suggests that if you are going to, I have it set up in a grid for you here today, but if you want to benefit from this beautiful stone, it recommends that you wear it as a type of jewelry, particularly a necklace or earrings, carry it in a pocket, or set in the prosperity corner of your home. You can also hold it in the non-dominant hand, so whichever hand you don't tend to use. I will say that we receive energy from the left, so if you're going to be carrying this stone around or doing meditation with it, it's best to place it in your left hand because we want to receive. You can also place it under your pillow at night to help manifest while you sleep. Amethyst is a beautiful stone that also supposedly helps with restful sleep. So that's kind of the fun crystal combo that we're going to be working with today. I don't happen to have an oracle card for that, but again, we'll just work with these amazing crystals that are here. So go ahead and allow your eyes to close, get comfortable in a seated or lying position, and we'll go ahead and get started today. Begin to settle in, start taking slow, deep breaths. Allowing yourself to relax fully into this healing space. Knowing you have nothing else that needs to be done right in this moment, besides be here right now, enjoying your healing session. I'm going to place a little Balance essential oil in the palm of my hand. This is a grounding blend. I feel like it would be a good thing to start out with. Now we'll move on to cleansing and clearing out those chakras. So I'm feeling a lot of root chakra energy today, which has to do with safety and security. That can be our physical safety as well as our financial safety. And because the crystal that we're working with today tends to kind of disrupt or bring attention to any blocks that we have regarding abundance, that block would live primarily in that root chakra. So even though Ametrine is not a crystal that is traditionally associated with root chakra, because that is the primary space for our financial security, the primary chakra associated with security, I'm not surprised that there's a little bit of energy that's kind of tangled up in that region as we discuss abundance. I know it sounds a little weird to talk about abundance in these crazy times that we're in, especially with so many people that have been out of work or are struggling financially because of the current state of affairs. But abundance really is just a state of mind. I was reading an article by Jack Canfield recently where he talks about how people can be abundant in spite of whatever's going on with the economy or whatever's going on out in the world. And we'll just work on allowing ourselves to be open to abundance in all its many, many forms. It could be financial, it could be abundance of health, it could be abundance in relationships, whether that's in quantity or quality or both. It could be an abundance in food or pretty much anything that a person could be abundant in. It doesn't have to be limited to just one topic. I'm going to apply a little frankincense essential oil to the third eye. And a little bit of adaptive, which is the calming blend. The newest calming blend helps us deal with emotions. Apply that to heart center on your behalf. I'm just going to allow those two beautiful oils, the vibrational frequency of those oils, to bring to light anything that, any emotions or blocks that might be standing in the way of allowing the full breadth of this healing session today. And just acknowledging that they're there. You don't have to do anything with them right in this moment. Sometimes one of the best ways to clear an energetic block is to just acknowledge that it exists. Once you say, I see you, many times that particular block can be released. Simply as that. Lots and lots of energy coming from root chakra today. And that's okay. We'll just allow things to be what they are. It's not bad, it's not wrong. A lot of what we take in, particularly when we're younger, in our formative years, between the ages of, 0 to 10 years old, we take in a lot of information, and in that time we form a lot of opinions about life based on what we see. And that could be based on our own experiences or what we see our parents doing or the people around us, our primary caregivers. Generally, we will unknowingly take on whatever belief system that they have and adopt it and incorporate it into our own. That's not bad necessarily, but it can potentially limit us when we feel called to greater things than what could have been imagined by the people who were supporting us when we were younger. So we're just going to allow space to maybe question what we believe a little bit, if that feels appropriate. Just question. You're just asking questions. Imagine this belief is sitting in front of you and you're having a candid conversation over a cup of coffee or tea. And you're just asking questions. Getting to the bottom of what this belief does for you, because we don't believe anything unless we feel it serves us. The only beliefs we subscribe to are things that we believe will protect us. And if any kind of scarcity has protected us in the past from anything, doesn't matter what that is. Sometimes, I know in my particular situation, scarcity has protected me from being taken advantage of, financially and within my physical space. So that served for quite a few years, and that's something I'm personally working through now, because that particular belief doesn't serve me anymore. And it can take some time to let that go. And that's okay. Our beliefs are only a problem when we decide that they are. It's just our energy body's way of trying to keep us safe. Sometimes this can live in what's called the shadow, or shadow self. That's kind of where some of those not so helpful things that we believe or say or do live within our psyche, and its only goal is to keep us safe. But it's kind of like a little kid who is trying to help in the kitchen. They don't have the skills or the knowledge or even the coordination yet to be of the best help or best service that they could, but they just desperately want to help. They want to try, and that's what our shadow is doing. It's doing the best it can to keep us safe. And so sometimes, even though these seem a little misdirected or misguided, it's all ultimately in hopes of promoting our highest and best good. This is one of those instances where we need to get out of our own way. There we go. Root chakra's beginning to clear. Well done. If at this time or any point after this session you feel compelled to take specific action or feel inspired in any way, a particular fleeting thought that maybe you'd be inclined to dismiss, understand that that is your higher power, your higher self, calling you to take action to begin to move towards your goals, to begin to move towards the abundance that you desire. So if that means making a phone call to someone, or maybe changing just the tiniest little thing in your daily routine, maybe starting a gratitude journal. The universe loves gratitude. Whatever teeny tiny little action you feel compelled to take today as a result of this beautiful healing crystal aligning with your energetic vibration, allowing any blocks to clear, creating a space where you can welcome abundance freely and readily. Take action on those little impulses. This is the universe's way of saying, yes, do this. Go this way. Do this thing. Take this action. It might be scary, but that's okay. You are well supported, now and always. Let us begin to breathe in that beautiful sensation of abundance. Perhaps for you it feels light, feels joyful, feels like peace and freedom. Any resistance to this, it's okay. Allow it to be. And fill those spaces in your body or your mind where you feel that resistance. Just flood those areas with loving light and concentrated energy that helps you to feel at peace. You can begin to allow some movement in the fingers and toes. Begin to allow the eyes to flutter open as you return your consciousness to this space and this time. We did some big work today, releasing a lot from that root chakra, that center of feeling safe. A lot of things can get locked up there, and you've done a beautiful job releasing that. Understand that it could take a little while, and you're going to have energy kind of spinning from that root chakra. There might be things like thoughts or some things that come up for you that maybe you haven't thought of in a while, or maybe some things that might challenge you a little bit in this time as you're processing through and releasing those from your energy body. And that's okay. You can return to this space, repeat this session until you feel like you are fully cleansed, that you've released all that you need to release. And as usual, we close with our 3 slow, deep breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. Excellent work today. Again, you may feel some interesting experiences or sensations or have thoughts come up after this session that may feel a little bit challenging to you, and just know that that's your energy body's way of working through all of these things that you got rid of today. Any emotions that come up for you or anything, any thoughts that might be troubling, just allow those to be, allow those to filter through. Allow your body and your mind to process those. You don't need them anymore. You only release what no longer serves you. And so if you're having some challenges, that's only because you're releasing what doesn't serve. May you be happy, may you be blessed, and may you be well. Namaste.